happened to myself and my sister, about 26 years ago.
Yes.
We were 16 and 18 years old. Dad took us on holiday, and we ended up having forced him to...
Where did you go? Did you go? Was it Bangladesh? Pakistan. And you had no idea? 16 and 18, you genuinely just thought you were going to visit your grandparents or visit family?
Yeah, genuinely.
What happened? When did you realise that things were going to go a bit differently?
When people started coming to the house, I guess looking at us, and Dad had already arranged everything, and I'm talking at 2 o'clock in the morning because we refused.
Yeah.
But 2 o'clock in the morning being forced to read the nikah. And you can't do anything because I guess once again, like your other callers, I love my dad,
yes.
And I can kind of understand why he did it because it was his sisters, his nephews, and if he didn't, he's the oldest son, he would have lost faith.
Why? What? Just explain if you can. I mean, what does that mean? Is it so? The idea, the cultural norm is that daughters do what their dads tell them to do, right up until the point of marriage. And if you went against that cultural norm, if the daughter refused to do what dad had done, dad is somehow unmanned.
It's respect.
Yes.
My dad was the eldest. He was the only son. He was the eldest with his younger sisters, and it's that authority and that respect you have over a family. It's like over a clan, and he would have lost all of that respect.
And he was trying to marry you to your cousin.
It was my first cousin.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Your aunts.
Yeah.
So, I don't need biographical detail or anything like that, but you'd grown up in a fairly Western way, by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
I mean, so this was as shocking to you as it would have been for my eldest daughter 4 years from now.
Yeah, because we did not grow up religious, as in like forced, religion, wearing scarves.
It's not about religion, this, is it?
And culturally as well, we didn't grow up with that notion of that kind of a family. I mean, Dad was great.
Sure. I do.
It's we were actually left out there until we agreed to come back. We actually went to the embassy over in Pakistan.
Yeah.
We found a couple that ran the embassy in the city.
Yeah.
They couldn't do anything, and this is going back 25, 26 years. There's nothing they could do
because you were over age. You were adults.
We were with Dad.
And what could they have done? You can't ask them to take you into protective custody or something like that. I see what you mean. There aren't any options. So you thought that someone would be able to help, but you weren't quite sure what that help would.
Yeah, because we were out there a year until we agreed.
How long did that take? How long did that take?
Sorry, what do you?
How long were you before you agreed?
Yeah, we were out there. We were only out there a couple of weeks.
And you just thought
when we were asked to, we were.
So if you agree to get married, you can come back to England.
It wasn't just a marriage; it was living with the guys.
Bringing them back to Britain with you.
And bringing them back. And I have a child out of that marriage, and my child's grown up. This is what I was saying to your researcher, is that she's grown up. She's grown up, and I live away from family now. She's in her 20s. She's just gone off travelling. She's an amazing, grown up girl. Very, I'd say westernised. In this country, you live.
Let's just say enlightened, shall we? We don't need to make it geographical. I know I've been saying Western all morning.
I've had threatening calls and abuse because my dad's passed away now, but from her, I'd call him just a biological.
How long did you stay forced together?
6 weeks.
And in that time, he got you pregnant?
Yeah.
Against you? I mean, he raped you, did he?
Yeah. But it's not seen like that.
No, and your daughter is testament to how beauty can come out of the ugliest situations, can't it?
But he, for this guy who's never seen her, threatens, once again, is that you have allowed my daughter, you'd allowed her to wear westernized clothes, you have allowed her to leave the country, therefore you're shaming my honour.
So is he still in Britain then?
No.
He's back in Pakistan. So how did you escape, if that's the right word to use?
When I got on the plane, I'd already made that decision that because he was abusive, he hit me. You know, I think, you know, my dad, I think, realised that there's nothing he could do because I think getting your daughter's divorce is probably even worse shame than
not going through the marriage in the first place.
Exactly.
Good grief.
But I came over here and I just left home.
You had to leave the family home in order to leave the husband, as it were.
Yeah.
And did you ever have a rapprochement with your father?
Dad died about 2 years later, but he absolutely loved my daughter.
Oh, good. Oh, so you found some sort of light in the tunnel. The question I want to ask you, and again, I think I know the answer. Would you ever have contemplated reporting your father to the authorities?
No.
No.
But it's because I'd refused to allow him to come over to this country.
Yeah.
When I found out I was pregnant, Dad had visited my GP to try and get a medical certificate so he could, you know, show the Home Office or whoever that because I was pregnant, it might have.
So he wanted to go over your head and try and get your husband, your abusive husband, into the country against your wishes. So at that point, if he looked like he was going to succeed, you might have contemplated talking to somebody.
But the GP obviously contacted me. It was our family GP.
Yeah.
You know, he contacted me, and because I refused.
Oh gosh! And all this at 16, when you should have been, you know, doing what 16-year-olds do.
Yeah. But what I was trying to say, my daughter's father, as such, today even he has threatened my life because he thinks I've betrayed his honour. You know, he's lost face because my daughter's gone travelling.
And how does he know about that? He's kept some sort
family.
Of via family. Of course, your flipping cousin,
family.
Aren't you? Yeah. So are you estranged from your mum now as well?
Yeah.
Are you lonely?
No, I've got an amazing life.
Good. That's what I wanted to hear. I sometimes hesitate to ask those questions, Anna, but I had a feeling I was going to like the answer.
I don't have family, but I have.
Oh, you do have family. You're just not biologically related to them, that's all. Except your daughter.
Amazing life.
Oh, thank you for calling today. And if your 16-year-old self was listening to this programme now, what would you say to her? Because there will be someone out there, you know.
Just fight it. Your parents, they'll always love you. They can't. I think the fear is that what is going to happen, what are they going to say, but going through with something just to please your parents, just don't do it, because it will impact you and stay with you for the rest of your life. Just fight it. Sorry.
That's all right. Hey, you fought it and you won.
Yeah.
And your daughter is permanent proof of that, isn't she?
Yeah. There's always help, and I think it's just fight it. Just say no.